the terrible audio on the first attempt at screencasting here. So today we're going to talk about Fort Necessity and George Washington. And as you can see by the picture, this is where the war is going to kind of start between the French and the English and their Native American allies. So yesterday we're going to continue with the story that we had started from the podcast. So we kind of know who the players are. Now let's see how this all pans out. So for many years, as you know, the French and English pretty much not liking each other. Been at war for a while. So by the 1750s, mid 1750s, we see Native Americans take sides with the French and the English. Mainly, we have the Iroquois Nation, and the Iroquois Confederacy, as they would call it. So this war, believe it or not, is probably the most important war in American history as far as us gaining our independence. So, as you can see by this map here, England and France had fought against one another in many wars over the centuries. They had been fighting for an entire, almost, if you look here, talking almost 60 some years. So, they've been fighting in Europe, North America, and every time a war ended or there was a battle over some kind of territory, there was always some uneasy treaties. And we move on, and you will see this part right here in your guided notes, okay? And it is, why did the French military have to settle there in the Ohio River Valley out here where all this blue is? Well, out here is all French territory. However, if you look down here towards Virginia, in the Virginia territory, parts of Virginia here, they believe that the British believe that they kind of own this land. The French think they own this land. The Native Americans think they own this land. And, well, the Spanish get involved as well, too. They get their hands in the cookie jar as well. So in the 1750s, France and Britain still are at peace, right? But the French start sending soldiers to their own colony, the French colony. And this kind of alerts the Brits to, hey, what's going on here? Why are they out on our land? So this untamed land here has no borders, and now both sides kind of claim it for their own. Then the English are angry at the French, and their lieutenant governor in Virginia, Robert Dinwiddie, well, he says, listen, we're going to write this note right here. It says, "Dear France, get out of the Ohio Valley or we'll come kick y'all booty." Right? So Dinwiddie is not a happy camper. He believes that the English are entitled to this. He had some promises from some Iroquois leaders that they were promises. So he sends a brave young man to volunteer to go out there to send this kick your booty letter to the French at Fort Duquesne. So who's he going to send? Oh, he sends our good friend, old friend, and probably one of the great American leaders, George Washington. Now, Washington at this time is very young. He's only be 22 when he accepts this mission, but he's going to do it in the name of England, and he's ready to rock and roll. But first, let's look back at Washington. Who is this guy? Well, Washington, as some of you probably already know, well, he comes from a wealthy family. His father was a wealthy plantation owner. His father owned slaves. That's kind of important because later on in Washington's life, Washington will also own slaves. Actually, his best friend, who he goes horseback riding with every day, is a slave as well. Now, his father dies. His half-brother kind of raises him, does a good job of raising him, has a pretty good upbringing. Now, Washington kind of, and you will see this on your guided notes, there's a section divided, his early life. Let's go back to here, write some of that down. And then his life as a military leader and how that's going to become. So, Washington is very good at math. Unlike Columbus, he's good at math. He starts his real job as a surveyor at only 15 years old. Now, that's not just some summer job. At 15, he's a working man. So he's also given the honorary rank of colonel, and he joins British General Edward Braddock in Virginia in 1755. He and Braddock later on, as I will explain Thursday, have a little bit of tension between them. So on October 31st, 1753, Halloween, no trick-or-treating, Dinwiddie sends Washington to Fort Le Boeuf, which is now in Waterford, Pennsylvania, and he warns the French, get out of here. This land is ours. The French and I should put that in quotes, politely refuse, and Washington makes a ride back to Williamsburg to deliver the message back to Dinwiddie. Now, Dinwiddie promotes him to colonel, and he sends Washington out west again. He says, listen, there's a fork in the Ohio River. We need this fork. We need this river. We're going to need this territory because this upper Ohio River Valley is very crucial to us being able to ship goods and settle out there. As you will see, since it's a drainage basin for the Mississippi River, the Mississippi River for colonial times is so important. It is probably one of the it's the most important river because you got to remember there aren't paved roads and bridges and things like that. So the way that you ship goods to all parts of your territories is by boat. So now we're going to get to this point here, and here's the point: Washington's big dilemma, and this is what you're going to be working on today. As a matter of fact, you will be able to see this lesson live at 1 o'clock today on Zoom meeting. So you're more than welcome to attend, and this PowerPoint will hopefully and presentation will be up there. So you can always refer back to it, stop it, write your notes down. So in April of 54, 150 men head to the Ohio River Valley, and this place out here is actually called Fort. It's not Duquesne, it's Duquesne. Okay, Fort Duquesne. It's right near Pittsburgh. And the problem is, Washington's told to build a fort out here. So he wants to go build it, but guess what? The French already have a fort there. And now he is stuck in a bit of a quandary, or a pickle, as we call it. And he has some choices to make. Big choices. Things that are going to affect the colonies. It's going to affect the Brits. It's going to affect a lot of people. So what should I do now? Attack the French? Build another fort? Back to Virginia? Say I failed? I don't know. So, and this little beaver here says, hey, I'm glad I'm not him. I don't have to make that tough choice. So, your mission today, should you choose to accept it, is to write about Washington's dilemma. I want you to make a list of all of his options. What do you think all of his options are before he goes to this fort? Is he going to attack it? Is he not? Should he try a little olive branch? Remember to read this section here. I want you to circle what your best choice is right here. And then you need to write down here. It is on your guided notes. Now remember, these guided notes are very important. Why are they very important? Because you will have a quiz on these guided notes Friday. All right? But it'll be short. So, and you'll all pass. And I think you'll all get A's. So good luck. I hope to see you all at 1 o'clock today. Sorry about the faulty audio if some of you that got up early before the 8:30 start time and went to download this video earlier, and it was kind of terrible. Very sorry about that. All right, folks. I will talk to you later. In the meantime, let's keep solving these mysteries of history.